will pile falsehood on top of falsehood until you can't tell a lie from the truth, and you won't even want to. That's how the powerful keep their power. Don't you read the papers?
Hello and welcome to another episode of Kill James Bond. I am Alice Caldwell-Kelly. I am joined as ever by Abigail Thorne and Devon.
Hello.
And we watched
Winter Kills.
And wow, was that a movie. We watched a 1970s movie that was recommended to Devon and I on the Trash Future stream. We saw the trailer first. And the trailer is fantastic. It's 3 minutes of here is what happens in the movie
Winter Kills.
It's such a classic of the genre of like old trailers where they just are like, this is the entire plot of the movie. That is like
check out Winter Kills.
It's like Soylent Green is my favorite one because they spend the whole thing be like, what is the secret of Soylent Green? And then within like the last minute of the trailer, they're like, Soylent Green is people. There you go. Don't see this one. You don't have to see this if you don't want to now.
All trailers should still be like this. This is Kaiser Soze. He's played by Kevin Spacey, but you think he's not.
Rosebud is the sled.
That's right.
He was a ghost the entire time.
He doesn't know he's dead.
Just saving you some time here. What else is on at the cinema today? I see.
You're a busy person.
They do get Thanos in the end.
Winter Kills.
So Winter Kills occupied a sort of a lobe of my brain for a while. And we were like, oh, we got to do this on the podcast. What we didn't do, or what I didn't do certainly, was tell my friend Abby that we were going to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought the game that we were playing, listeners, was that we were doing films that were important to our childhood or that we really wanted to watch from when we were children. That's why I suggested Totally Spies.
And I forgot to do this because I'm scared of vulnerability and I couldn't think of anything.
Well, I mean, we're all scared of vulnerability, but I thought that this film meant a lot to you.
Because I am 70 years old. I watched this as like a young woman.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe, your parents really liked it back in the day and that's why they showed it to you, watched it as a child. Sure. So I got to the end of it and I was like, well, I feel closer to my friend Alice for like, having watched this film, even though it's absolutely fucking dog shit. And now I find out that it's just recommended to you by some fucking rando on Twitch.
Yeah, I know.
I feel cheated. I was like, well, it was worth it to watch this film to understand my friend better, but I no longer consider it worth it.
I sort of betrayed you out of a moment of like sort of genuine like emotional exchange there. By instead just making you watch a bad movie. So I guess next one I will like find something that is genuinely like meaningful to me and we can do that. But what we have instead is...
I'm preparing for it to be in French as well.
100%. God, I might do like Roi de la Mer, de ma mère. Fuck, I could do that. I could do Man on des Sauces.
My mother.
My mum used to love Man on des Sauces. Yeah, fuck. I'll do something like that.
For the next bonus, I'll pick something that meant a lot to Devon or something like that.
So what we got instead is Best Value 3 Days of the Condor.
Oh, you're kind of right there.
Yeah, it really is like own brand 70s thriller.
Like we've got Robert Redford at home and you open up and it's young Jeff Bridges doing nothing with his face for the entire movie.
Yeah, what we got is Lee Carvalho's putting challenge instead of Bone Storm.
I think the premise is good, but then the film is just really, really weird.
Yeah. Well, the premise of this is an adaptation of a novel by the same guy who wrote The Manchurian Candidate. And the novel is sort of like an exploration, like a secret history of a thinly veiled allegory of the Kennedy assassination as a way of exploring power and the deep state and all of this shit, right? The movie wants to do that and mostly fails. It was like a commercial failure. Half of the actors never got paid off of this shit.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely. Like Winter Kills, it was the first individual film production to go bankrupt in the United States.
That's
I believe.
So funny.
I wonder which half of the actors didn't get paid, because it's very noticeable that half of the casts are not respected very much in terms of the roles that they play or what gets done to them.
This is not a joke. Jeff Bridges is still owed $100,000 by the movie Winter Kills.
Really?
That's so funny.
And
In 1979 money as well. That's going to be quite a lot.
We start with this sort of these opening titles with an incredible cast list, just a list of guys you love to see. Young Jeff Bridges, John Huston, Eli Wallach, not credited, but Elizabeth Taylor, who was paid for this movie in fur coats, which then got repossessed when the movie went bankrupt.
Wait, you can get paid in fur coats?
Apparently, if you're Liz Taylor. Which,
God, what am I fucking doing with? Why am I getting paid in money like a fucking chump?
Yeah, you're just weighed down by fur coats.
I'll convert it to fur coats.
When you send me my coat for the podcast, listeners, instead of subscribing to the Patreon, can you just send me a fur coat? Cheers.
Yeah, Furtreon. We just have something different, I think.
That's
maybe.
something very different.
Yeah.
Actually, it's called Portreon.
Subscribe to that.
Yeah, subscribe to our Furtreon.
It's also got Toshiro Mifune in for some fucking reason.
It does. It does for a couple of minutes.
Which is such a waste of his fucking time to put it in this movie.
It's a lot like Jackie Chan and Cannonball Run, and it's like, oh hey, we got this guy who's widely respected for doing something else. Let's just use him for a couple of scenes.
He's playing a guy called Keith. That should be illegal. You can't get Toshiro Mifune and make him play a guy called Keith.
I mean, I took it that Keith was not his real name, but they just disrespected by calling him that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Starmer. So the titles are this huge long guest list over this really weird loud drum beat.
Yeah.
While a couple of guys in French cuffs play with the biggest fucking chess set you've ever seen in your life. And that's sort of about as much subtlety as you're going to get from this movie in terms of it's about power.
Winter kills.
But so
I really lean on that button.
Yeah, for sure. So the thing about this movie is that part of the conceit is this cool new technology called the answering machine or the answer phone.
Are you fucking shitting me? Is that supposed to be a thing in this film?
That's what it is. That's what we start in the empty apartment of a woman, Yvette, of a sort of very wandering accent, whose enormous sort of box-shaped separate voicemail is picking up a message from our hero Nick Keegan, sort of fail son Kennedy.
Yeah, he's JFK's brother.
Yeah. We don't know this at all. It doesn't. You've heard the expression "show don't tell." This movie neither shows nor tells most of the time. You're just supposed to go to, I guess, the sort of 1979 Wikipedia summary of this and go, "Oh, okay." But the deal is his brother was president and he was assassinated in Philadelphia in the same way as JFK, lone gunman,
in a motorcade,
who was then assassinated himself. But so Nick Keegan is on his father, his sort of oligarch father, his Joseph Kennedy father's oil tanker off the coast of Malaysia, and it fully is The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. It's the same boat. All of the crew are sort of a half step away from Team Zissou outfits. And this is Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, who is not acting in this movie, which is fair enough because he hadn't been paid for it.
Yeah, I can't blame him. Can't really blame him on that one.
The thing about Jeff Bridges is if you owe him $100,000, but he has contracted to be in your movie, he will show up.
He'll be in the movie, and you can't say fairer than that.
He will stand in front of a camera, and his mouth will make the sounds that you want it to make. The Team Zissou helicopter arrives, and a guy enters the movie, specifically a guy wearing an Angels baseball hat and a poncho.
That's right.
This is a guy called Keefitz, and he tells Nick Keegan, "Hey, I brought a guy who killed your brother, the president." And this guy is fully in sort of Snake in disguise at the start of Metal Gear Solid 5 mode with the face
he's
bandages.
dying.
Oh yeah.
We get
it's cinema.
A fantastic bit of unasked for acting by the doctor who treats him, who just kind of is looking at this guy who is lying totally motionless on his back while the sort of the twink crew surround him and just goes,
"It's an outrage to bring this man here. This man fell off an oil rig. Then I take no responsibility."
Just perfect line.
Wonderful. Two different people talking there, but with the same voice. Always good. Welcome to Winter Kills, where everyone sounds the fucking same.
Winter kills.
That's right. I don't have a high quality bit idea for this one. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm quite tired and I have a train to get quite early tomorrow morning. So I'm just sort of doing this with the knowledge that it's just going to have to be what it is, really. That's enough of that. If you would like to listen to the rest of this episode of Kill James Bond, well, there's only one way to do that, and that is to go to patreon.com/killjamesbond and sign up today for £5 a month. That is slightly less than the cost of a 4-pack of Thatcher's Rosé cider. So if you go there and sign up today, what will happen is I can do this again and crack open another 4-pack of Thatcher's Rosé cider. You fucking dog. All right, I love you. See you on the free feed, baby.